Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're going to take a quick look here at Bitcoin, kind of go with a better case, worst case scenario, big picture, that whole thing. Just make sure we understand kind of all angles if possible. While nothing is absolute, the truth here is that no one truly knows what's going to happen, but we can speculate and just know too as well that there's a lot of, 4-year cycles or just in general traditional cycles for Bitcoin, for example, are being, debunked, so to speak, right? We got that 0.618 fib level on larger fib retracements, essentially supposed to hold as resistance, hasn't held at all yet. Could even be the new support. We'll talk about that throughout the weeks here, possibly even today, but we'll just try to make it brief and get you some inside information here. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I do love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. If you do want to learn more, cryptocash.tech is a site. We got a lot of new members coming over. Make sure you read through my signals guide in our Discord here. You're provided with a copy of that when you check out, but still something to be mindful of. Premium too, congrats on a nice old BNB trade there, 143%. A recent DOT trade 6 days ago, 37%. And of course, we got Dogecoin yesterday, Reef Coin, and ICP, along with a Bitcoin long from 43,000 to 52,000, 86%. So we are not a bunch of bears. What we are is we are logical traders that trade the market based on conditions that we see are being met, okay? Do not attach yourself to a bias that the price is going to keep going down. I know a lot of people shorted from 43,000, 44,000, 46,000, 48,000, 50,000, just getting destroyed, okay? Please don't wreck your account for no good reason. All the signs were there as far as bullish qualities and just reading the charts on a daily basis. It had nothing to do with the macro, like the larger time frame plays that everyone keeps trying to say is going to happen. We may not even see sub 50,000 again. I think that's less likely. I do think 46, 45 might be a better case scenario for us if the price pulls back. Either way, conversation for another day. Take a look here at this liquidation level at about 52,600. That got hit pretty hard with the price waking up to that level. We do still have liquidation in the lower range, about 46,500. So 46.5 would be the next target for the bears if the price is able to pull back that low. But with so much money flowing into this coin, so much big money essentially buying coin, they're maxing out their purchases. I think there's a good chance that we're going to see the price even continue higher. Okay. So me personally, even though I like to dollar cost average on the way down, I've been dollar cost averaging on the way up lately. And it feels kind of weird, but it's still okay because again, me personally, my spot bag, I'm just going to keep adding to it regardless of the price. People were asking me recently, hey, when are you going to sell your spot bag? Well, truthfully, I'm not. It's just going to be my long-term position. I don't care about 4-year cycles or any of that stuff, honestly. While it's proven to be very beneficial in the past, 85% down, 200 some odd percent up, it's still more so like a long-term investment for me. That's just me personally. I'm leaning more towards investing. That's why swing trading speaks to me. Let's talk about swing trading this bad boy here, if it's even worthwhile if we take a long at the top, presumed top, by the way. But keep in mind, we still haven't closed above 52,000 on the daily yet. We're getting close though. Good chance in 6 hours we'll be there, but we're going to see here soon if that's realistic. Take a look at the moving averages. We can kind of see and verify that we're in pretty good shape here. We're above all 4 moving averages. Really nothing's changed here on the daily, folks. Stochastic is starting to swing down a little bit, but it's big reach. But look at this money flow index, 98. I cannot think of the last time I've seen money flow index this high. We had it really high here in January on the 19th. But that was when the price surged for a few days after being so low for so long. Okay, so again, high MFI pretty much just implies the price is going to sustain itself. Okay, as you can see here previously, the price goes down as the MFI goes down. All right, so if we start to see the money flowing out of this coin, we're going to start to see the price pull back. So to me, it just seems sensible for the price to inevitably retrace to the next key level, which again could be somewhere in the range of 49,000, the most recent high. I'm leaning a little bit more towards 45.5 to 47,000 as kind of a, again, best case scenario for dollar cost average, right? So consider adding to your bags at that point. We may not even get there. You got to recognize this too. There's no proof the price is going to pull back. But if we do take a look at TD sequential, we're hitting a 9 here now so far. And I know money is different now, or big money is involved, and Bitcoin is moving different. So a lot of this could be null and void. But the truth is, for the most part, when you see 9s on TD sequential, Bitcoin will typically slow down. And if you look at here previously, we hit a 9 here, and the price continued to run, right? So that kind of just defeats the purpose. But here's a 9, price goes down, right? Generally speaking, the concept is generally the same. When we hit a 9 on TD sequential, the price is supposed to reverse itself and or consolidate and then leg up or leg down from there. So if you look at this, in the last 3 examples, 2 of the last 3 times that Bitcoin has been overextended on the daily, it has pulled back and gone the opposite direction. So hypothetically, today is the day we could see the highest point in which Bitcoin goes, and that consideration for a short may be advantageous. I don't like to think that way. I may consider taking some longs with some alts and hedging my longs with a Bitcoin short. I don't know yet. Honestly, it's too early to tell. But everything here tells us that we're in really good shape considering that MFI is so high, albeit overextended. So taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, what do we do here? Well, we want to look at some standard stuff. Big surprise, right? We keep it simple, folks. Try not to get too crazy with these ciphers I hear are supposedly pretty beneficial. Again, no discredit, of course. Just when you got 5,000 indicators on one screen, kind of takes away its, what is it? Paralysis by analysis. I got it right today. Okay, so we can see the MACD here is starting to diverge. This in general tells us that the price action is more likely to continue down once it happens. Now, again, if we look at its history though, keep in mind, the last couple of times we've seen a divergence, so to speak here. Our last divergence was right here. The MACD diverged, went sideways for about 24 hours and legs up. Okay, MACD diverged here as well. Obviously it diverged because the price pulled back, but it inevitably recovered quickly. So my speculation is if the price does pull back to whatever regard, I think there's a decent chance it's going to pivot and immediately turn around. Okay, so I would just be very careful holding a short position for a long time. I would consider taking profits quickly to make sure that you are profitable, right? You do realize that trading, the whole point is to take profit. Okay, again, just kind of throwing it out there. If you're not doing it, you're not doing it right. Any profit is better than no profit at all. Just some friendly advice. So that's kind of where we're at there. TD Sequential also have a 9 on the 4-hour time frame. That is a bit of an overextended state. We got 2 9s here now, 1 on the 4-hour, 1 on the daily. Okay, that's that kind of it's a compounding, so to speak. So that does bring more weight to this potential MACD divergence. We can also double check here as well on the 4-hour time frame. Money flow index is low, significantly lower than it ever has been in the past. So that does imply we have more selling pressure. We can also see stochastic RSI swinging down with traditional RSI coming back under 70. Okay. So again, these are not significant sell signals, but they are sell signals nonetheless. Okay. So again, 4-hour time frame does kind of identify that. If we take a quick look here at the hourly, let's quickly see here. Ichimoku Cloud, we're still above. This is the thing that prohibits me from wanting to take a short position, a heavy short position. In other words, if I do take a short, I would keep it with tight targets. For lack of better terms, you kind of take a look here. We can see lagging span is not free and clear of the price action. It's generally treading water barely above, right? So the truth is, waiting until today's candlestick closure right here, around 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific, would be a good call to wait. But once more, the price could very well pull back between now and then. And once more, when I say pull back, I'm referring just strictly to the fact that the price could retrace a little bit. I don't think we're going to see the sky fall. Again, keep in mind with the price of Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin dominance is fairly low. That does imply that we could see some altcoin pumps or just some prices of altcoins surging today, which is also very good. A lot of it hinges on the price of Bitcoin dropping, though. If Bitcoin drops, obviously those will not. But if we can maintain 52K or higher, it's a different story altogether. The long story short here is that we're still above the cloud. Okay, not generally a best practice to short into the cloud. Ideally, the cloud continues to work itself over here, and then the price comes over here, and that's roughly when you want to consider a short position once you have confirmation. And I know what you're thinking too. Start a short at 50,800. That's too late. Truthfully, yeah, it is. It's definitely too late. We don't know it's going to get down there first of all, but second of all, if it does end up making it down there, we'd have more confidence in knowing that the market has shifted to a bearish sentiment before taking that trade. It's all the more reason why we held off on taking a short here recently when the price surged from 48.5 to roughly 52K. Okay, a lot of people got destroyed in this situation here because they were expecting the price to pull back. We got this Bart Simpson is what we kind of joke about it as. And then, of course, big surprise, price recovers and destroys a lot of shorts. Okay, but once more, we didn't wait for confirmation, or those who took the trade, the short trade, didn't wait for confirmation, right? Again, confirmation comes when you have a good solid closure below the cloud for at least 3 or 4 hours. Okay, so we are literally days away from that right now, even if the price pulls back significantly. So yeah, you're darn right. I would love to take a short at 51,000 if we have confirmation. I don't care about the number at that point. I would know that I'm on the right side of the tracks. Right now, even though the 4-hour and the daily are showing that we have bearish divergences forming and the fact that the price action should pull back for Bitcoin, it's not enough for me to just jump on into it. What it does is it allows for me to consider being careful with my swing trades and having multiple targets and ensuring that I take profit where I can too. We're not getting super greedy, right? Again, all the profits I shared with you so far, those have been just solid, 5 to 10x leverage trades, very low leverage, low position size. So anyways, the long story short here is we have bearish divergences on the larger time frames. However, the hourly is not confirming we have a shift in momentum yet. And obviously until we do, we can summarize the price action could continue. We can also take a look here as well. If you take a peek at this, we can see somewhat of an ascending type of channel here, okay? So the ascending channel, so those do have a tendency of breaking to the upside, right? As we've seen time and time again. So again, just be careful. It certainly feels like Bitcoin's priming itself for another leg up. So I would just dollar cost average wherever possible. If you're considering a heavy long or a heavy short, I think you should reconsider. Again, statistically speaking, at this point, the price is more likely to go up than down. But again, those divergences on the 4-hour and the daily lead me to believe that we might be getting closer to our initial top. Okay, so again, that's just kind of where we're at there. Generally, not the worst thing ever. So quickly to note here, if you're curious about support and resistance levels, again, this most recent high here at about 50,200, that would be a likely support level for us. And then of course, we've talked about this previously, again, 45,500 down as low as 47,000 would be like kind of a best case scenario for the price to pull back to and pivot off that level. Again, we'll have a different conversation when we get there, but generally speaking, we have a decent amount of support in place, and I do think that there's not a lot of resistance between here and 60,000 roughly. Okay, so please know we got a lot of key levels here that are helping us keep the price action in place instead of the other way around. All right, folks, thanks again for watching. Hope you learned something here today. Comment below if you have some thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. It really helps grow the channel, and just generally speaking, keeps videos like this in front of people that deserve it and need it, instead of all those stupid moon boys that keep trying to short at 50,000. Just some friendly advice. Be careful with that, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me here. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.